Every Sunday, the son lied to his mother. "Mom, I'm going to church now." His mother smiled. "God bless you, son. Pray for us." But the son drove to a coffee shop instead. He sat there for 2 hours. He checked his phone and played games. At work, his boss saw him at the coffee shop. The boss said nothing. The next Sunday, the mother asked, "What did the pastor talk about today?" The son lied again. "He talked about love and kindness, Mom." His mother nodded. "That sounds beautiful." But she noticed something strange. Her son's Bible looked brand new. The pages were not worn. There were no notes inside. On Monday, the mother went to the church. She asked the priest, "Does my son come here on Sundays?" The priest shook his head. "I'm sorry, ma'am. I haven't seen your son in months." The mother's eyes filled with tears. She walked out slowly. That same day, the son's boss called him into the office. "I saw you at the coffee shop on Sunday. You told your team you were at church." The son's face turned red. "Sir, I can explain." The boss showed him a photo. "Your mother was just here asking about you. She was crying." The son felt his heart drop. He grabbed his keys and ran to his car. Meanwhile, the mother walked home in the rain. Tears ran down her face. "Why did he lie to me? Did I fail as a mother?" She stepped onto the road without looking. A car honked loud. The mother fell to the ground. She didn't move. At the hospital, the doctor said, "I'm sorry. She hit her head hard. She's in a coma." The son held his mother's hand. He cried for hours. "Mom, please wake up. I'm so sorry I lied." The next day, the son went to his mother's room. He found her prayer journal on the table. He opened it. Every page had prayers for him. "Dear God, protect my son. Keep him safe. Help him find his way. Dear God, I know my son is struggling. Give him strength. Show him your love. Dear God, even if he doesn't go to church, I believe in him. Please don't give up on him." The last entry was from yesterday. "Dear God, my son lied to me, but I still love him. Please help him return to you. I will pray every day until he does." The son fell to his knees. He cried harder than ever before. 2 weeks later, the mother opened her eyes. She was awake. The son hugged her tight. "Mom, I'm so sorry. I lied about going to church. I was embarrassed. I thought faith was for old people. I was wrong." His mother smiled weakly. "I already knew, son, but I never stopped praying for you." The son wiped his tears. "I promise I'll never lie again, and I'll never be ashamed of faith." From that day on, the son went to church every Sunday. He sat next to his mother. He learned that faith isn't something to hide. It's something to share. Drop a heart if we should never be ashamed of our faith or the people who believe in us. This woman rushed into a church during heavy rain. She saw an old lady sitting in her usual front pew. "Move! I always sit there." The old lady smiled softly. "There's room for both of us, dear." "No, I donate thousands here. You probably give nothing. Move now." The old lady quietly moved to the back. The woman sat down proudly. After service, she approached the pastor. "That homeless woman was bothering me again. Can you ban her?" The pastor looked confused. "Homeless woman? Mrs. Chen has been our biggest donor for 20 years. She built this church." "What? That's impossible. She looks so poor. She lost her husband last month. She's been praying here daily for strength." The woman felt her face burn with shame. Later, outside the church, she saw Mrs. Chen giving her umbrella to a young mother with a baby. The old lady walked away in the pouring rain, soaking wet but smiling. The woman ran after her. "Ma'am, please take my umbrella. I'm so sorry." Mrs. Chen smiled warmly. "God teaches us through every encounter, dear. Comment yes if you believe God tests us through others." This elegant woman in designer clothes walked into the small chapel. The old priest smiled. "Welcome, ma'am. We're collecting for the orphanage roof repair." She pulled out her phone, showing expensive jewelry. "I'll donate $1,000, but only if you remove that ugly woman first." She pointed to a scarred lady praying quietly. The priest was shocked. "Ma'am, everyone's welcome in God's house, not people like her," the rich woman snapped. "She's probably diseased. I have standards." The scarred woman overheard and started to leave, but she stopped and pulled out a small envelope. "Father, this is for the children." The rich woman laughed. "What could someone like you possibly give?" The priest opened it. $5,000 in cash. Everyone gasped. "Ma'am," the priest said gently, "how did you—" "I sold my late husband's wedding ring," the scarred woman whispered. "The kids need a roof more than I need memories." The rich woman's face went red. "This is impossible." She stormed toward the door. The priest called out, "Your donation, ma'am?" She froze, then quietly left without giving anything. The scarred woman smiled peacefully. "God sees the heart, not the face, Father." Later they learned she'd been homeless for months, keeping the ring as her only treasure. True faith isn't measured by wealth, but by sacrifice. Comment yes if real faith comes from the heart. A little girl was crying in the mall. Her mom was gone. A janitor stopped mopping and kneeled down. "Don't cry. I'll help you find her." A rich lady walked by. She laughed. "A janitor? What can you do? You're nobody. Just clean the floors." The janitor ignored her. He held the girl's hand. "What's your mom wearing?" A security guard watched from nearby. He saw the janitor's kind eyes. Minutes later, they found the mom. She hugged her daughter tight. "Thank you so much." The rich lady rolled her eyes. "What a waste of time." The janitor smiled at the little girl. "Remember this, kindness doesn't need a title. It just needs a willing heart. 2 days later, an old man dropped his shopping bags. Apples rolled everywhere. The security guard rushed over. "Sir, let me help." He picked up every apple. He carried the bags to the old man's car. The janitor was buying coffee nearby. He saw everything. He smiled. 1 week later, the rich lady stormed into the mall office. "I demand to see the owner. That security guard accused me of stealing." The office door opened. The janitor walked out. But now he wore a suit. "I'm the owner," he said calmly. The rich lady's face went white. You're the janitor?" "I test my staff by working with them," he said. He turned to the security guard. "You stopped her from stealing. You also helped that old man. You're promoted to head of security." The security guard couldn't believe it. "But sir, I was just doing what you taught me. Kindness doesn't need a title." The owner smiled. Then he looked at the rich lady. "You're banned from this mall. We don't welcome disrespect here. Drop a heart if you believe good people always win in the end." A man walked into a food store. He saw a poor woman near the money box. She looked scared. She put something in the box. The man thought she was stealing. He got very angry. "Stop right there. You're a thief." The store owner walked over. "Sir, please calm down." The man pointed at the woman. "She took money. I saw her." The poor woman shook her head. "No, sir. I was leaving money." The store owner looked at the woman. He smiled at her. "Don't worry. God sees the truth." The man yelled louder. "She's lying. Check her pockets." The owner said, "Please go back and shop. I will handle this." But the man didn't listen. He grabbed the woman's bag. A small boy ran up. "Leave my mom alone." The man pushed the boy. The boy fell down and cried. A customer saw this. She ran over. "Why did you hurt that child?" The man said, "This woman is a thief. The boy got in my way." The owner walked over fast. "Sir, you just hurt a child. That's very wrong." The man tried to leave. I was just trying to help your store." The customer blocked him. "You hurt my nephew. You need to say sorry and pay his doctor." The owner held up his hand. "Wait, I know the truth now." The owner looked at the man. "You worked here last year. You stole money 3 times. I fired you." The man's face turned red. How did you know I was here?" The owner pointed at a camera. "I saw you come in. I was watching." He walked to the money box. He opened it. Inside was a note. The owner read it out loud. "Dear store owner, last week I didn't have enough money. I took $2 for bread. Here is $5. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. God bless you." The owner showed the note to everyone. "This woman left money. She was honest. She prayed for forgiveness." He looked at the man. "But you lied. You hurt a child. You need to leave and never come back." The poor woman said quietly, "I prayed God would show the truth. He always does." The owner hugged her. "Your faith is strong. Here, take this food for free. God rewards honest hearts." The man left in shame. The little boy smiled. "Drop a heart if you believe God always rewards those who keep their faith and stay honest.
Jared and I have been best friends since we were kids. We were practically family, always there for each other through everything. He was the first person who told me he was gay, and I was the first to know when he found love. But there's one thing that's been tearing us apart for years. I've been thinking about something. You know I love you, right? Someday, when I get married, will you carry my child? I want it to be you because I trust you more than anyone. I was only 15. I didn't see that coming. Not from him, not like that. But I knew my answer. I had just seen a TV show where a woman gave birth to her brother's triplets. She fell into deep depression after, and I knew I wasn't built for something like that. Jared, I can't do that. I'm really sorry. You don't understand. I need you to do this for me. He didn't talk to me for days. It was like my no shattered something between us. I thought we could move past it, but I had no idea this would be the beginning of something that would haunt our friendship for years.
A rich man walked into the church counting his money loudly. "Look at all this cash for God. Mr. Williams, welcome back. Your donations keep our church running." The rich man dropped $500 into the offering box. Everyone clapped and cheered. The poor father whispered to his son, "We have nothing to give, Tommy. I lost my job last week, but Dad, I want to give something to God too." Tommy walked to the front with tears in his eyes. He had no money, so he took off his only jacket and put it in the box. The rich man laughed. "That dirty old jacket? God doesn't want your trash, kid." Father Martinez pushed the jacket away. "Son, only money offerings count here. Take this back." Tommy cried and ran outside into the cold rain. Suddenly, lightning struck the church. The rich man screamed as all his money caught fire. Everything burned except Tommy's little jacket. A bright light filled the room. An angel appeared holding the jacket. This child gave his only warm clothing. His heart was pure. God treasures his gift above all your money. The rich man fell to his knees, ashamed. Father Martinez realized his mistake. Tommy's love was worth more than gold. True faith isn't about how much you give, but how much heart you put in it. Drop a heart if you agree. "Pack your bags and get out," the landlord shouted, throwing eviction papers at this single mother. "But sir, I just need 3 more days." "My job interview. I don't care. Out now." Her daughter tugged her shirt. "Mommy, are we sleeping outside again?" She knelt down, hiding her tears. God God will provide, sweetie. He always does. A neighbor laughed. Still talking about God? Where's he when you're getting kicked out? Another joined in. Face reality. Prayers don't pay rent. But she held her daughter tight. Let's pray. They closed their eyes right there in the hallway. A businessman passing by stopped. Excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear. You looking for work? Yes, sir. Desperately. I own a company downtown. My secretary just quit. Can you start Monday? Her eyes widened. Monday? Yes, thank you. The landlord interrupted. Wait, you're giving her a job? Not just any job. The man smiled. It pays $5,000 monthly, plus signing bonus. The neighbor's jaw dropped. How is this possible? The businessman turned. I was homeless once. A woman prayed for me when everyone laughed. That prayer changed everything. Today I'm a millionaire. He looked at the mother. I've been searching for you for 10 years. You prayed for me in 2015. Remember? She gasped. The boy by the church? That was me. God never forgets those who trust him. Faith doesn't make sense until it becomes your miracle. This wealthy young man stepped out of his luxury car when an old beggar approached him. Please, sir, just $5 for food. I haven't eaten in days. The man looked disgusted. Get away from me, you dirty old fool. But the beggar persisted. Please, I said get lost. A stranger nearby heard this and handed the beggar $20. Here, grandfather, buy yourself a warm meal. The beggar's eyes filled with tears. The rich man snapped at the stranger. Don't encourage him. These beggars are all scammers. But the stranger replied, at least I have a heart. The beggar looked at the rich man one last time. You know, I once had a son. I sold everything I owned to pay for his education when he was sick. My house, my business, everything. I became homeless so he could live. The rich man froze. The stranger stared in shock. I loved him so much that I gave up my life for his. But when he became successful, he pretended not to know me. Some people forget where they came from. The rich man's hands trembled as recognition hit him. Blood doesn't guarantee loyalty, but character always reveals truth. Comment yes if you agree. My family have been planning a big vacation for months. It's a huge deal for me because it's my first vacation in 15 years. And this year has been a game changer. I was diagnosed with ADHD, and it's the first time I've really enjoyed getting out. On the day we were ready to go, I found out my sister isn't going, but she's sending her 3 kids instead. Her kids are a handful. They don't listen unless you yell or ask multiple times. Telling them no just makes them do it. When you're not looking, I watched them for a few hours and realized my vacation was turning into a babysitting trip. I'm not good with kids, but I don't hate them. I just don't want to spend my week trying to manage 3 kids at a campground, even if my parents would do most of the work. I know my mom feels terrible, but I don't think it's right to expect someone else to take your kids on vacation. While you stay home, I decided not to go and stick to my decision. I'll turn this into the best staycation ever. Do you think I'm wrong?